be scared.
If you think you've seen it all, think again. These 10 horror movies slipped under your radar, but they're twisted, brutal, and impossible to forget. Each one will leave you shaken and wondering how you missed them. Let's dive right in. Number 10, Daddy's Head.
Isaac, get back.
After the sudden death of his father, young Isaac moves into a remote countryside home with his new stepmother, Laura. But grief isn't the only thing haunting their isolated existence. Directed by Benjamin Barfoot, Daddy's Head weaves a harrowing folk horror tale as Isaac begins speaking to someone in the dark, someone he claims is his father. Soon, eerie blue lights flicker in the woods. Animal corpses appear near the house, and a strange, faceless figure lurks just beyond the trees. Laura tries to dismiss it as trauma, but the sinister force grows more aggressive with each passing night. What sets this nightmare apart is its slow, creeping dread rooted in family dysfunction and isolation. Number 9, Possum. In the gray, crumbling outskirts of Norfolk, a disgraced puppeteer named Philip returns to his childhood home, carrying with him a grotesque leather puppet with a spider's body and a blank human face. Directed by Matthew Holness, Possum is a bleak psychological horror that traps its audience inside Philip's deteriorating mind. As he confronts his sinister stepfather and the festering trauma of his youth, the line between reality and nightmare blurs. The puppet that is silent and always watching seems to slither from shadows, appearing where it shouldn't, feeding on Philip's guilt and fear. What makes the film uniquely horrifying is its suffocating atmosphere. Minimal dialogue, decaying landscapes, and a soundtrack that sounds like a fever dream. Number 8, Relic.
Oh, Jesus! No.
When elderly matriarch Edna vanishes from her creaking countryside home, her daughter Kay and granddaughter Sam arrive to find strange signs. Mold creeping across the walls, decaying post-it notes, and an oppressive silence that clings to every room. Directed by Natalie Erica James, Relic is a haunting allegory of dementia wrapped in supernatural terror. When Edna returns, something is deeply wrong. Her behavior is erratic, her body bears bruises, and the house itself seems alive, shifting and swallowing. What makes it so chilling is its slow burn of psychological horror, where love, guilt, and helplessness become just as terrifying as the lurking presence in the walls. Number 7, Wind Chill. On a frigid winter night, 2 college students share a car ride home for the holidays, but a detour down a desolate back road becomes a one-way journey into terror. Directed by Gregory Jacobs, Wind Chill traps its characters in a snowstorm with no escape, where something ancient and vengeful haunts the icy woods. Their car breaks down, the cold sets in, and ghostly figures begin to appear through the swirling snow, victims of past tragedies frozen in time. As paranoia sets in and reality fractures, the line between the living and the dead vanishes beneath the snowdrifts. What makes this film uniquely chilling is its eerie stillness, frost-covered windows, distant whispers, and an overwhelming sense that the storm itself is alive. Number 6, The Night Eats the World. After dropping by his ex-girlfriend's apartment in Paris to collect some personal belongings, Sam passes out, only to awaken to a nightmare. The city has gone silent, overtaken by a horde of ravenous and shrieking undead. Directed by Dominique Roche, the film traps its protagonist alone in a barricaded building where survival means more than just food and shelter. It means maintaining sanity as time drips away. Sam builds routines, scavenges supplies, and even talks to a zombified man trapped in an elevator, desperate for any form of connection. What makes it so unnerving is the absolute stillness. The world doesn't end with a bang, but a whisper, and that silence is deafening. Number 5, Piggy. In a sweltering Spanish village, Sarah, an overweight teen, is relentlessly bullied by a group of local girls. Her only refuge is the town's butcher shop, where she hides behind silence and shame until one summer afternoon changes everything. Directed by Carlota Pereda, Piggy explodes with raw vengeance when Sarah witnesses her tormentors being abducted by a mysterious man in a van and says nothing. As the blood begins to flow and secrets fester, Sarah is pulled into a violent moral spiral caught between justice and complicity. What makes this horror so powerful is its realism. The pain is personal, the violence intimate, and the fear all too human. Number 4. Lamb. In the misty, isolated hills of rural Iceland, a grieving couple discovers a mysterious newborn in their sheep barn, an unnatural creature, part human and part lamb. Directed by Valdemar Johansson, Lamb is a folk horror fable drenched in silence, sorrow, and slow burning dread. Maria and Ingvar raise the hybrid child as their own, desperate to fill the void left by loss, but nature doesn't forget what's been taken. The surrounding wilderness watches in quiet judgment, and something ancient begins to stir in the shadows. What makes Lamb so disturbing is its eerie calm, where horror creeps not with screams, but with the soft bleat of something that should not exist. Number 3. Sputnik. When a Soviet cosmonaut crash lands in 1983, alone and disoriented, military authorities discover he didn't return from orbit alone. Directed by Igor Abramenko, Sputnik plunges into a secretive Russian facility where a controversial neuropsychologist is brought in to assess the astronaut, only to uncover a parasitic alien life form living inside his body. Held together by Cold War paranoia and claustrophobic dread, the film fuses sci-fi terror with body horror, as the creature emerges only at night, feeding off the host while authorities weigh weaponization over humanity. The tension simmers with sterile laboratories, cold interrogations, and the creeping terror of what lies dormant inside. Number 2. Raw. Justine, a shy and brilliant vegetarian, enters veterinary school only to be thrust into a brutal hazing ritual, one that forces her to consume raw meat for the first time. What follows is a grotesque awakening. Directed by Julia Ducournau, Raw is a visceral coming-of-age horror drenched in blood, hunger, and desire. As Justine's cravings spiral from animal flesh to human, the line between instinct and identity blurs into something feral. Her body changes, her psyche fractures, and the campus becomes a playground for shocking and taboo-breaking moments. Number 1. Shudder. After a tragic car accident on a dark road in Bangkok, photographer Toon and his girlfriend Jane begin noticing eerie white shadows and ghostly figures in their photographs. What starts as a supernatural anomaly spirals into a haunting unraveling of guilt, secrets, and vengeful spirits. Shudder is a terrifying Thai horror classic that weaves grief with the unseen horrors that cling to the past. As Toon investigates, he discovers a buried history that refuses to stay dead, and the weight of it grows heavier, both figuratively and literally. What makes this film unforgettable is its masterful use of still imagery and silence, allowing horror to seep through the cracks in every frame. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. A Cure for Wellness. A young executive is sent to retrieve his company's CEO from a remote wellness center nestled deep in the Swiss Alps. Upon arrival, he uncovers bizarre treatments and unsettling patients who never seem to leave. As he descends into the spa's twisted secrets, he realizes the cure may be more deadly than the disease. The film unravels into a nightmarish descent of madness, isolation, and disturbing medical experiments. Creep. Trapped overnight in London's underground subway system, a woman finds herself stalked by a deformed, cannibalistic killer lurking in the tunnels. As she navigates the pitch-black corridors, she uncovers a hidden labyrinth of horror beneath the city. Her struggle for survival turns increasingly desperate as the creature closes in. Antichrist.
He said you wanted to help me! Where are you?
After the death of their child, a grieving couple retreats to a secluded forest cabin to heal, but the woods have other intentions. Directed by Lars von Trier, the film spirals into a violent, surreal descent into pain, guilt, and primal terror. Nature turns hostile, the couple's sanity unravels, and disturbing symbolism bleeds through every frame. New Life.
Jessica!
A mysterious woman on the run carries a deadly secret that could doom everyone she encounters. As a government agent hunts her across desolate highways and dying towns, strange symptoms begin to spread like wildfire. With every step, it becomes clear this is no ordinary contagion. New Life is a chilling blend of sci-fi and infection horror where escape may be humanity's last hope.